Hey guys, this is Jared Scarlata, and welcome to episode 1 of Thrive TV. Sorry if I feel like if it seems like I'm rushing through this, but I already recorded this once, about 10 minutes of it, and the camera decided to die, so we're going at it again. So we wanted to start this video blog to help you understand better aspects of the health, fitness, nutrition industries so that you could be more successful at what you're trying to accomplish. There are a lot of things out there that are hard, I don't want to say hard, that you get bad information about, and or just information in general, whatever it is, and sometimes it's just misrepresented, misunderstood, so hopefully we're going to help you understand certain aspects of the industries and how you can utilize them. So we'll cover everything from equipment, fitness equipment, to foods that you should eat, to recipes that you should be making, to fads in the industry, supplements, and so forth. So we're pretty excited about it, and hopefully you guys get some good information from it. You're welcome to ask questions as we go forward. Also suggestions about what you would like to know, what you'd like to learn about are always welcome. So today we're going to talk about Tabata training, which is pretty popular right now, more specifically known as high intensity interval training. We're going to get an understanding of where Tabata training came from, how you can use it, how it's actually used, what it was meant for, and go from there so that we can understand it and use it right. So Tabata training came from a research study done by a doctor named Izumi Tabata. The study was done to understand the effects of moderate intensity endurance exercise versus high intensity interval training on anaerobic capacity and VO2 max. So anaerobic capacity is your body's ability to produce energy during anaerobic work, which is exercise less than 60 seconds or less. VO2 max is your body's maximal oxygen uptake. So the research study was done to compare these two things: moderate endurance exercise, moderate intensity endurance exercise, and high intensity interval training. So the moderate intensity endurance exercise that subjects did was at 70% of VO2 max for 60 minutes, 5 days a week for 6 weeks. The high intensity interval training that other subjects did was 20 seconds of 170% VO2 max, 10 seconds of rest, repeat 8 times, so that's 4 minutes of work, 5 days a week for 6 weeks. So both were doing 5 days a week. Exercise, both did 6 weeks of exercise. One did 60 minutes of exercise at 70% VO2 max. The other did 4 minutes total of exercise with 20-second intervals, 10 seconds of rest, 170% VO2 max. So the results were that the high intensity interval training protocol, or Tabata protocol, what we now know it as, increased anaerobic and aerobic capacity and VO2 max significantly, while moderate endurance exercise increased those on a much lower scale. So this is where understanding that interval exercise is superior to steady state exercise or moderate intensity endurance exercise when it comes to aerobic capacity and anaerobic capacity alike. Aerobic capacity and anaerobic capacity are again just the body's ability to produce energy during those time periods. So this is the study that showed that that interval training is superior to endurance training when it comes to that. Not only is it superior as far as getting you in shape, but it is also superior as far as helping with fat loss. Now, this study didn't care about that, it didn't show that, but there have been studies after this study done by Izumi Tabata that showed that interval training is superior to steady state training or medium endurance, moderate endurance exercise when it comes to fat loss. So the way that we use Tabata training now, you see Tabata classes, you see people who say they do Tabata training on a regular basis. This is what Tabata training is supposed to be. It's supposed to be done on a bike for 20 seconds of 170% VO2 max with 10 seconds of rest, repeated 8 times. That's 4 minutes of work. If you have a class that's 4 minutes long, number one, hopefully you're not paying for that class because it's only 4 minutes long. And number two, again, it's probably not only 4 minutes long, so this is what it's supposed to be, not that you can't use it, doing other things. Most Tabata training that is done now is done on a 20 second work, 20 second rest, 20 second work, 40 seconds rest, 20 second work, 60 seconds rest, something along those lines. It's all interval training and it's all great, but this is Tabata training. This is Tabata protocol. So you can use Tabata training, interval training, we'll call it interval training, with anything that you do. You can use it with resistance training, which is called metabolic resistance training now. Metabolic resistance training is just using resistance exercises, kettlebells, barbells, dumbbells, machines, whatever type of external resistance you can use, even your body weight, to with intervals. So, for instance, you can do kettlebell swings, Tabata style, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, repeat 8 times. You'll be really tired afterwards, your butt's going to be really sore the next day, your hamstrings as well. But that's a good thing. You'll also get a lot of work in. So you can utilize interval training with everything that you do, again running, on a bike, on an elliptical. Understand your work to rest ratio, understand where you are on the continuum. So over here on the left side is the beginner that if they did 20 seconds of 170% VO2 max work with 10 seconds of rest, repeat 8 times, they'd probably get to the third one and be done. Over on this side is the guy who did do that and got off the bike and walked away and was fine. So on this continuum, where are you? So if you're on this side of the continuum, instead of 20 seconds work with 10 seconds of rest, do 20 seconds of work and 60 seconds of rest. And you can slowly tick those seconds away. Shoot for 4 rounds instead of 8 rounds. Understand you don't have to do the exact 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 8 rounds of work. You can change it however you want to change it. You can use whatever you want to use. So if you're over on this side and you're trying to lose weight and you want to do some interval training, you want to lose weight as effectively as possible, again, grab yourself a kettlebell, start with some squats, do 20 seconds of squats, rest for 60 seconds, repeat that 4 times and call it a day. The next day do swings, the day after that do push-ups, and rinse and repeat. You can do it on a bike, you can do intervals just running sprints. So intervals are a great way to utilize a lot of pieces of equipment, a lot of exercises. Understand that it's not something that you want to do at the beginning of your workout, it's something that you want to do at the end. It's definitely a cardio end working type of thing. So not utilizing it at the beginning and wearing yourself out so that you're useless for the rest of your workout, but utilizing it at the end with whatever you do. It's not something, intervals are not something that you do for a long period of time either. And by long period I mean if you're doing intervals for much longer than 30 minutes, and even 30 minutes is a long time, then you're probably not doing them at a high enough intensity with whatever you're doing. So that's Tabata protocol. That's a little understanding of interval training versus moderate intensity training. If you guys have any questions, you're welcome to leave some comments. The next one we'll cover, I don't know. I do know, but I'm not going to tell you. So we'll find out next time. Also, like I said in the beginning, suggestions are very welcome. Let me know what you want us to teach you, what you want to learn about, and we look forward to feedback. Thank you guys, and have a great rest of the day.